Hey, what's going on, WBE fans? It is General Tariel, one of your analysts for this season of the World Battle Entertainment. Today, I'm going to be conducting a coach interview with none other than Patterrz. Patterrz, if you want to say hi to everyone.
Hello, hi, how's it going? The winner here.
Oh, the winner, starting off strong. I like it. All
I feel
right.
like I feel like everyone's gonna come in and be like, "Hey, it's me, the person who's gonna win the entire thing." Except I mean it though.
Oh yeah,
This
no,
is
no, of
this is
course.
the for
Why
reals.
would you lie? Like, you got to be straightforward and honest.
I've
Like,
never lied in my life,
just an honest
not
guy like
once.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just who Patterrz is. But you're also going to get to know a lot more about Patterrz today with a lot of questions that I have ready for him. I'm going to put him in the hot seat. Maybe try and make
Oh
him
my
feel
God,
uncomfortable. I don't know.
can't wait.
Catch him off
It's gonna
guard.
be
I'm
great.
going to make sure,
I
like,
want to
get
do
you
it.
sweating a little bit.
I've never been caught off guard either.
Oh, okay.
Two
Wow.
things that's never
Whew.
happened.
Now I'm intimidated, and I'm the guy asking the questions here. All right.
Apart from last season where I got 6-0'd by Venomoth.
You don't know. It's a new season. Leave that behind.
It's a
It's all
new
good.
season. It's okay. It's okay.
Like,
It's a new
honestly, that
season.
didn't even happen. Like, you already said you're going to win, so it's fine.
Now Venomoth's on my team,
True. The true
just to
counter.
make sure that didn't happen again.
All right, so we're going to kick it off with the questions. First of all, Patterrz, what's your team name for the WBE, and how'd you come to think of the team name and the logo?
So my team name is Newcastle Nidokings, and it's well, I mean, I live in Newcastle, which is a city in the United Kingdom, and we have our the logo came from the football team's logo, which is basically the exact same thing except it's seahorses instead of Nidokings. But I didn't realize this at the time when I made the name, but it actually has layers. So it's Newcastle, it's the castle, right?
Okay.
And then you take a king, kings in the castle. It all comes together, you know.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't even
does.
realize that when I made the name. I was like, oh, I'm actually smarter than I thought I
That
was.
big brain right
That's
there, showing it already.
that's where it came from.
Perfect. And since we're all avid Pokemon fans and everything, everyone had their first game and their favorites and everything. When did you first start playing Pokemon, and which game would you say is your favorite and why?
I started playing like way back in the day when I was like 4 years old, I think, or 3 or 4 years old. My first game was Blue, and I've played like every generation since then. Favorite is hard to kind of pin down. I kind of like cycled through a few. Sometimes it's Platinum, sometimes it's like Ultra Sun and Moon, sometimes it's Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I just kind of cycle. I'm very inconsistent with that. It's one of those though. One of those.
That's fair. That's fair. It's really hard to pick one because there are just so many good ones, and hopefully, maybe like Pokemon Sword and Shield will be the next favorite. So we just got to see.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully. But of course, one of the most popular questions asked to everyone in the Pokemon community, which you might get almost every day in your stream: what is your favorite Pokemon? Does not have to be in competitive, and just in general. What is your favorite Pokemon, Patterrz?
It's a very common question. Darkrai is my favorite Pokemon. I think he's the best on. He's just the best. And people are like, why is Darkrai your favorite Pokemon? And it's like, well, I could go into this deep answer about how I think he's so cool because he attacks Pokemon when he's you're most vulnerable, and he gets you in your sleep when you can't fight back. Or I could just say, he's good. He looks cool. I like him.
He's pretty edgy. I like that.
He's edgy. I respect it. He's a good
Word.
boy.
Yeah, we all got our reasons, but as long as it's a favorite, that's all that matters. Now,
Yeah,
when did you start playing competitive, like draft league format?
I started playing Draft League in, what was that, like 2015. 15. It was the first season of the UCL, I believe. But when I started playing competitive was like a little bit before that. It was after I started like going full on with Pokemon on YouTube, but I didn't really do any kind of competitive stuff because I was like, that's too complicated for me. And I was like, eventually I just kind of gave it a go, and I was like, actually, it's not that complicated, but it is kind of, it's interesting, and it's definitely a lot of fun though.
Oh yeah, dude, just with a whole bunch of different teams and everything that you can just put together and try different things almost every season. Just so cool.
Yeah.
But in regards to building and everything, what was the heat set that you brought one time in your draft league format or just competitive scene in general, and did it work out well? Like, what was the most memorable heat set?
I have one for this. We called this Slowbro Turbro.
Oh, the turbo.
Turbo, because it was a almost max speed Slowbro.
Okay.
And generally don't invest in the speed for Slowbro, but we put just enough speed. It was almost max speed. It was just enough speed to outspeed an Azurill that had no speed investments in it at all. And I was like, this isn't gonna work. It's gonna be terrible. But it actually ended up contributing to us winning the game, because there was a situation where it was in against the Azurill and it went first, and I think I scalded or something and I got the burn there, and it contributed to us winning the game. So Max Speed Turbo is my boy, and probably one of the most heat sets I've ever seen in Pokemon.
That's beautiful. No one's ready for something like that, especially when the Pokemon just has slow in their name. You just can't expect it.
See, it's all mind games.
You definitely had to call it Turbo after that, because calling it Slowbro,
absolutely
can't do it anymore after that. But in regards to team building, who do you say has influenced you the most in the way you team build?
Ooh, who has influenced the way I team build? Well, I mean, when I first started doing Draft League and stuff, I made all my teams myself, and they probably weren't that good, and I didn't really know a whole lot about team building. Obviously, you know, you've got the truly competitive people on YouTube, like, you know, Joey and Envy, who, if you watch their videos, you can learn a lot from them. I would say who influenced me the most, it's probably the Jamies. Jamie Keane and Jamie Boyd, because they have been kind of coaching me and helping me, like, get better at Pokemon, essentially, for a little while now. And they have definitely... Like, I would be kind of lazy in terms of making teams, and they're definitely, like, anything but lazy. So, in terms of who has influenced me the most in terms of team building, it's probably going to be the Jamies.
That's nice. Yeah, everyone's always able to help, like you mentioned, like, just videos on YouTube from Joey or Envy. Those are always good to watch for sure. But having friends or people in a front office are always, like, big impacts, because you constantly build with them and everything, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you could unban one or more Pokemon for this WBE season, who would it be and why?
Darkrai.
To be fair, I didn't actually think of that when I was, you know, like, saying it, but it makes sense now. And I don't really think you need to give a reason for that, so...
No, just give me my boy. I want him. I'm never able to use my some of my favorites in draft leagues. They always get banned. It's like, oh, Daniel, maybe you just don't like all the really overpowered Pokemon. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't help what I like.
Like, there's a lot of cool things just on the edge, but you just can't go with it. That's why I like a lot of Ubers leagues and everything. Like, I love, like, Mega Blaziken. I was able to use it for some. Oh, that's such a fun Pokemon.
Actually, my second answer would be Mega Mawile, because I love Mega Mawile.
Yeah, Mega Mawile is a lot like 50-50 for a lot of leagues, so that's cool if it be allowed for this season. But it's not. Just throwing it out there. But
if it was, I would have. I was picked number 1 in the draft. If it was, I would have.
Oh yeah, scooped it up immediately. Yep. Yeah. Oh, well, that worked out perfect for that question then, because whatever you would have unbanned, you would have just got.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Okay. And for which Pokemon would you make better or worse, and how would you do so?
Unnerf Dark Void. It's absolute nonsense that Dark Void got nerfed down to 50 accuracy because, Smeargle spammed it in VGC and they got all mad because Smeargle was spamming. Just make it so Darkrai is the only Pokemon that can use it, which they did do, and then they're like, okay, we're going to nerf it on top of that. No. Hey, unnerf it. In fact, make it better accuracy than it was before. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about Dark Void.
The Darkrai talk. This is an interview with Darkrai, by the way, not Patterrz, in case you guys could tell. So.
Yeah. I was just so mad. There's no need.
Yeah, that was kind of overkill. I have to give it to you there. Is there any Pokemon that you technically would want to make worse at all? Like anything you hate?
Worse?
Yeah.
That's a good question. There are Pokemon that I really dislike. I mean, I don't like battling against Reuniclus because I always lose to it. But I don't think I would make it worse because it doesn't need to be made worse. I think it's a very, very good Pokemon and it's perfect where it is. I just always lose to it, and I'm just kind of salty about that.
We've always been at the losing end of Reuniclus. That thing is very scary. Very strong Pokemon. But as for this season of the WBE, what were you thinking of when going into a draft with 28 coaches? And did you like the outcome of your draft?
I was thinking I'm going to get nothing good. And then I was like number 1 in the draft, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, at least I'm like guaranteed one good thing.
Yeah, I got one good thing. So I am happy with like what came out. Honestly, I only got, with a 28-person draft, you expect to get sniped for like every single thing that you want. I did get sniped, but it was only like 3 or 4 times. So it went better than expected for the size of the draft. So I am pretty happy with like the team that we ended up with, definitely. That's
good. And make sure to check out Patterrz draft analysis as well, because that's definitely going to be up already at this point.
Probably. I have no idea when this interview is going up. I have no idea.
Pretty sure after the season starts. So.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
So you get to see what he picked first overall.
Yeah, exactly.
But what are your expectations for this season?
I have absolutely no expectations going into this. I'm gonna take each week as it comes. Like if I lose week 1, I lose week 1. If I win week 1, I win week 1. If I go on a 10-game winning streak, amazing. If I go on a 10-game losing streak, that's unfortunate. I don't really have any kind of expectations because with so many people, and there's a lot of people in this that haven't battled before either, I don't really know what to expect. So I'm
That's
just gonna
fair.
take each week as it comes.
That's honestly probably the best outlook to have in like leagues and stuff like this, is because you never want to overestimate or underestimate your opponents or anything of the sort, and just have a good time in general.
Definitely.
Now, in regards to the coming Pokemon game of Pokemon Sword and Shield, what are you looking forward to most in those?
The fact that it's basically set in the UK. My home country. We're finally being represented in
Bringing
the
it
Pokemon World. I've
home.
been asking for this for years. For years. I'm going to have mugs of tea. There's going to be fish and chips all over. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
Oh, dude, it's
And I
gonna
love
be
the
beautiful.
architecture of the Victorian era city as well. I absolutely love the way that looks.
It looked really clean, and the graphics and stuff looked beautiful. The music was fire in the trailer. I'm really looking forward to like more stuff we can get out of the game for sure. All right, so if you were a gym leader, what type gym leader would you be, and what theme of your gym would you have?
I think I actually made a video about this a while ago, and if I can like tap into my memory to like bring that back, I think it was like it would be like a dual type gym that would be like dark and fire, and the whole idea was of the gym would be like using sunlight. So when you went into the gym, it would be completely black, and you would you would like press buttons and open windows and stuff to like help guide your way through the gym. So it would be like darkness and like the sun both have an effect or have like a place in there. So it was kind of use something, it was some theme like that, which I thought was a really good idea back in the day when I made that video. Dark and Fire would be a cool dual typing for a gym, I think.
Sounds pretty cool, definitely. Kind of reminds me of like some of those ghost type gyms, you know, where it's pitch black and then you got like the flashlights and stuff to move around that some of the trainers in there have. Not bad at all. And just outside of Pokemon, what is your like favorite video game as of all time and as right now as well?
BioShock. I love BioShock. It's my
Solid game.
Absolutely my favorite game. It's been my favorite game since like it came out, and I was in middle school, and I was like, "Mom, can I get this?" And I was like 13 years old. No, I would have been like, I think I was like 11, 12 years old, and BioShock is definitely not a game for kids. And she was like, "Nope." And then my friend like bought it for me for my birthday on like my 12th birthday, and he gave it to me like behind my parents' back, and I could sat and played it. I absolutely loved it. Such a good game. Absolutely love it.
That's a homie move right there, getting the gift behind the back. Gotta love it.
Literally is super good friend.
That's like how I was sneaky as a kid and got GTA 5 downloaded on my Xbox instead of going to buy the game in stores. But very good games right there, definitely.
That is sneaky.
And I saw you tweeting a little about Game of Thrones and everything, and I'm a big fan myself and whatnot, especially with the finale just happening and everything. But without any spoilers, of course, who is your most liked character throughout the entire series of Game of Thrones, and who would you make your queen or king of the realm?
My favorite character is Tyrion. I've always loved Tyrion. He's the best. Who would I make king or queen? I think we should abolish the monarchy and replace it with a democracy, a senate. Go full like Roman Republic in Westeros. That's what we need.
All right, Sam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
It's a good idea, okay? It's a good idea.
It really is, dude. Love that series. That was so good. All right, and lastly, one of my favorite questions to ask a lot of people in the Pokemon community. I typically ask like their 3 favorite Pokemon. I'm going to pick 3 Pokemon I know you love, mainly because they are your stars for your intros and your videos. Rowlet, Darkrai, and Arcanine. Which one is your partner? Which one is your HM slave? And which Pokemon would you release?
Okay, this is hard. Because, like, you only get, like, one good choice.
Yep.
Which one is your partner? Honestly, if I was going to pick a partner that, you know, you go through your life with, that's, like, it's your main dude. I'm not just going to say main man because it doesn't really make sense when you're talking about a Pokemon. I'd probably go with Arcanine because I absolutely love dogs to bits, and I think a giant, incredibly loyal, fire-breathing dog would be the best thing that you can have by your side, like in any situation. HM slave or release? That's hard. I think release would be Darkrai because I'd be too scared of it.
Ooh, now you have to face it in the wild.
Yeah, I just let it go. It's like, listen, go do your own thing. I know you're too important to be hanging around with me. You got things to do. You got places to nightmare and all that. Which means that by default, Rowlet has to be the HM slave, but I'm not, just not happy about it.
Well, having a doggo is definitely one of the best outcomes. That was very smart on your part right there. Even though
Definitely,
we
I
were
think.
hearing a lot about Darkrai, having a nice fluffy doggo is probably the wave right there.
Yeah.
So that was a very positive outcome there. I like that. But as for that, I believe that is all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Patterrz?
I don't think so. You can't just put me on the spot like that.
Oh. Well, I caught
Go
you
and
off
check
guard
out my
once.
WB
There we go. We
matches.
got it. I caught him off guard once. I did it.
Go and watch all my WB wins/losses depending on what happens.
True. But yeah, make sure to check out everything this season, whether it's stuff on the WE channel with the analysts and like power rankings, pick'ems, whatever it might be. You will see me on the pick'ems crew personally, as well as the other coach interviews. But I'll, of course, make sure to sub to every coach in the league. They're doing their best this season, and watch all of their videos, whether it be team builders, the actual battles, or their draft analysis. Make sure to check it out. But that'll be it for me, and as well as Patterrz. Thank you guys for
Bye.
watching, and we'll see you in the other videos. Bye.
Bye, guys.